Hi guys, welcome back to a bit of a different sort of video. So, I'm not actually sure where I came up with this idea, but I thought, what about if I make a podcast, but not really a podcast, but sort of a podcast, and I'm pretty sure it'll work, because I did a test a second ago. And so, basically, I've made a 30-minute video of me playing Minecraft. And this is just going to go over the top of it, like ordinary videos, but I just wanted it to be more sort of podcasty rather than me just awkwardly talking about what I'm building. This, as you can probably see from the video that I'm not currently watching, but from the video I've just made, it's me making a new Minecraft world and sort of building just anything, it's a survival world, which you'll see. Now I've said it's 30 minutes, I actually think I'm going to cut some of it out, so I'll maybe make this 25 minutes, just on the safe side, so I don't get cut off like I sometimes normally do. I'm actually filming this at 3, nearly 3:30 on Wednesday the 10th of May. And I think I'm going to post this somewhat soon, even though I've got videos all the way till June, because I'm getting kind of bored of building Buckingham Palace. I've kind of hit a wall, which you'll eventually see. I'm currently on part 18, and I've done a tiny bit outside of video, and I've really hit a wall with it. I really don't know what I'm doing with it anymore, because I've just built it and it just doesn't make sense, and I don't want to give up because I do like it. It's just I've hit a wall and I just can't kind of progress. I feel like it's just awkward. I've built it in such an odd way. I haven't thought about it, and it's just a bit of a headache to keep doing. So I'm going to give it a break, and I thought, what should I do to maybe refresh what I'm doing on this channel? Maybe I should make a mini podcast. So that's what I'm doing. Hopefully this is all working. I have done a test and it did work, so it should work, but I'm actually filming this on my phone in my bedroom rather than downstairs at the computer, so I'm not watching it. I don't really know what might be happening in the video, apart from what I filmed, but I don't know the time zones of that, because I will be cutting a little bit of it out, because it takes 1,000,000 years to load up the game. It takes 1,000,000 years to just get doing anything, and basically all that Minecraft world is for me to just wander around doing stuff while making a video. And I don't know how often these videos will obviously come out, so that's why I'm going to make this video now and upload it. I mean, there should be a video going up any minute on my channel, because I upload towards the middle of the day, sort of early afternoon sort of time. So within the hour, a video will be going up. It won't be this one, because I doubt it will be ready by that time, but probably maybe next week, which will be, if this week's the 10th, will it be the 17th next week? I don't know. But yeah, you might see this very soon compared to videos I've made months in advance. And that's me just explaining it. People don't really watch my videos, but I'm just sort of doing this for fun. So I don't know what I want to talk about. I've thought about a few things. Who knows if it will last for 25 minutes or not, but I'm sure we can keep going. So something that I felt like I should talk about is, King Charles's coronation. That happened last Saturday. So how many days ago was that? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 4 days ago? I guess technically 5 days ago, but yeah. Last week, I guess technically, because I consider Monday the first day of the week. So yeah, last week. Yeah, I don't know if anyone watched it. I quite liked it, actually. Yeah, it was, I'm trying to think, I don't know. We watched it on the TV the entire day. I woke up at like 7 a.m. Not even 7 a.m. It must have been way earlier than 7 a.m. Possibly like, I don't know what time it would. I mean, these days I wake up quite early. I don't know why. So yeah, 7 a.m, sure. And I was just downstairs, and my dad came downstairs, and we put the TV on. And yeah, it was just like people on the news talking about stuff. And I don't think anything really happened for quite a while, maybe like 9 o'clock-ish, until things really started happening. I think about 9 o'clock, they let people in to the Westminster Abbey or something. And then at about, what time would it have been? 10:20? It couldn't have been 10:20. Yeah, 10:20. 10:20, I recall, was when they left Buckingham Palace and were driven to Westminster Abbey in like a sorry about that, I needed a cough. So yeah, at 10:20 I'm pretty sure they set off in the carriage to go to Westminster Abbey, and then apparently they arrived early, like 5 minutes early, and then William and Kate and the kids were like late, quote unquote, although I think it comes out that they were in fact early and they just happened to be William and Kate and the kids getting there. And apparently I saw a video earlier where it was like King Charles was really annoyed in the car. He was like, nothing ever goes right. And I don't know, I mean, from what I see, I don't think he did say that. I think he was just annoyed that he was sat waiting. I don't think he was annoyed about being late, because he would have known that he was early. So, I don't know about that. I think a lot of people were just trying to make money off stuff and being like, oh, he said this, buy my book. And it's like, well, no, he didn't. He must have known what time it was. Like, he must have had like some sort of watch, or Camilla must have had some sort of thing, or servants that were with him must have said what time it was. Like, he would know what time it was. This has all been rehearsed for decades. I'm pretty sure they know what time it was. So they go in. At towards 11 o'clock, they like sit down, and then it goes on for ages. I think my dad said that at 12:01 he officially got crowned. I can't really remember, but they did say he would be crowned by 12 o'clock. Is it 12 a.m. or 12 p.m? I don't know, lunchtime, 12, whatever that is. It said officially that that's when he would get crowned, and he was maybe a minute late, but that's just because it's a bit awkward, isn't it? Like, you're working with so many people and kids, you know, it's going to take a bit of time. You know, this hasn't been done for years. And then he did it, and then Camilla had all her stuff, which I don't think anyone really wanted to watch, because nobody really likes her. But, you know, that was pleasant to watch, I guess. I did find Camilla's bit a little bit awkward, because there was a bit when they put the crown on her head, and she kept, like, awkwardly, like, touching the inside of it, I guess because it was hurting her head, or maybe, like, it was pulling on her hair. But because I was watching it on the TV, and I was like, Camilla, like, I was, like, shouting at the TV, like, stop touching the crown, because if you knock it off, that's bad. Like, you can't touch it. Like, that's got to stay on your head for at least maybe 3 hours. Like, you can't touch it. And she just kept, like, poking at it. And I understand that it might have hurt her, or it might have been uncomfortable, but I was just like, you can't touch it. And that kind of annoyed me a bit, that she touched it. Because when the Archbishop of Canterbury, I think it is, put it on the King's head, it seemed a bit, like, awkward, so he put it on and then took it off and then put it back on and, like, twisted it about. So clearly the head shape's a bit awkward. And then obviously she's got more hair than he does, so it's probably quite tight on her head. But, like, oh my god, I was like, you can't be touching it, Camilla. Like, it just, wow. I guess she just wanted it to feel a bit better for her. And then, you know, they do all the stuff. They, like, left through, like, all the way, like, around the back of, like, the altar and then came out. I don't know what that was about. And then eventually, like, they sat down and left and whatever else. But I actually really enjoyed it. I actually was like so pumped for it, but then like a lot of people on the internet are very sort of against it. And I mean, nobody thinks King Charles is the best person in the world, but I think people are in some ways also being quite nasty about it. Like, I know people personally that have said very awful things about it all. And I think, I don't know, like, it's hard because, like, I'm maybe biased because I grew up, like, in the royal family, whereas maybe a lot of people my age didn't. But, like, some people say some horrible things, and I'm just like, I really don't think it's going to change anything. I really don't see. I mean, even members of the royal family, because Princess Anne last week did an interview saying there's no chance there'll ever be like a referendum over it. There'll never be like a I don't know the word, but like a voting in who's going to be king. Like, she said no chance, and I agree, because if that was the case, it would have happened before now. If people wanted to vote for who's going to be king or queen, they would have. Because if you think about it, like, Queen Elizabeth was 96 years old. There would have been people, including me, that would have said she's a bit old. She needs to, like, stop being queen now. And if that was the case, they would have done it years ago. I think what it is people saying, oh, well, the Queen's dead, so now we can change everything. And I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think, if anything, King Charles would die and they would change it. Because I think, like, it needs to be young, you know what I mean? If you're King Charles doing it isn't going to change anything. It's William that would change this stuff, in my opinion. I don't believe King Charles would change anything, but what do I know? So I thought it was all quite nice. And then eventually they drove back to Buckingham Palace in the gold state coach. And yeah, it looked very nice. I saw a lot of like TikTok videos and Instagram videos of like people in the audience as they drove down, people being like, oh my god, like they're driving past us on the road. Like, it looks really cool. And then they go into Buckingham Palace and go on the balcony, and I think he changed his clothes, possibly, because he's wearing like then a purple sort of shirt, and I can't recall him putting that purple shirt on when he got there, because at Westminster Abbey he wasn't wearing purple, so he must have put that on. I mean, he did leave briefly at Westminster Abbey and go around the back of the altar for like 5 minutes. Maybe that's when he changed and I didn't pay attention. But when he was on the balcony, he was wearing a purple, I guess they would probably call it like a tunic, but it's like a purple shirt. And he looked really nice. A lot of people, again, have said that he just didn't look right. He looked awkward. I think, if anything, Camilla looked awkward. She seemed very unhappy about the whole thing. I don't think I saw her smile barely at all, including the next day at the coronation concert. Like, she did not smile at all. And that's like a whole other thing, but yeah, like, it did seem very nice. I really did enjoy watching it. I thought, yeah, it was good, and I liked seeing the kids all dressed up, because Kate and Charlotte were wearing the same sort of like headband thing that I thought was really cute. And like Louis was really dressed smart, and George was dressed really smart. And yeah, it was all really good. And all the pictures, and then was it yesterday? No, the day before yesterday, I'm pretty sure. It would have been, I guess, Monday. They released the official pictures from the thing, like from behind the scenes, where it was like just them together, and then her, and then him, and then the whole family, which is apparently like the working royals, quote unquote, slimmed down. But as I say, Princess Anne the other day said the royal family will never be slimmed down. It's slim enough already. I actually have a picture here, and it says who was in the picture, and So, actually, does it say? Yeah, it says the Duke of Kent, the Duchess of Gloucestershire, Duke of Gloucestershire, the Vice Admiral Sir Tim Lawrence, the Princess Royal, the King, the Queen, the Prince of Wales, the Princess of Wales, the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, and Princess Alexandra. And like, I found that a bit odd, kind of, because I didn't know who some of them were. I mean, I knew who most of them were. I didn't know who Princess Alexandra was, but I like Googled it, and it's like the sibling of the Duke of Gloucester and the Prince of Kent. No, not the Duke of Gloucester. It's the sister of what's his name? The Duke of Kent and the Prince of Kent, which are two people that I thought that were the same, but they're the two people. Because the Duke of Kent is like the really tall guy. He's like really tall and really skinny. And then the Prince of Kent, which isn't in this picture, I don't think, he's like the one that looks like, in my opinion, Captain Birdseye. And that's him, but he isn't in this picture. But him, Captain Birdseye, and Princess Alexandra are all brother and sisters. So, yeah, for some reason the other guy isn't in this picture, but I guess the Duke of Gloucester is his cousin, I guess. I don't know. But, yeah, and they've got an official picture. Does it say where the picture was? I mean, it was taken on the 6th of May. It doesn't say where, but I imagine maybe in like a throne room. Like, because it looks like possibly the thrones would be like behind them in the picture. And then there's other pictures. I believe they were all taken in the throne room, but like at different angles it looks a bit different. But yeah, it looked really cool. I really liked the pictures because I really wanted the official pictures to be released, and they weren't released right away, and I was getting a bit worried because I was like, surely they've got to have official pictures of like the official thing. Like, it has to be official, surely, like an official like a picture, like the original Queen Elizabeth ones. And there wasn't any, and I was like, wouldn't they release that the next day? And I was like, maybe they'll release it after a week or maybe after a month. But yeah, I don't know, I just got really like worried about it. But it was released yeah, on Monday, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I really like those pictures. They look like really good quality, I guess. I mean, obviously they will be, but I like sort of the detail. I like how you can see his I don't know, I keep calling it a cape. It's not called a cape, it's got a fancy name. And it's not a robe either. Robes are what the other ones wear, because Kate, William, Prince Andrew and Prince Edward and Princess Anne all wore like robe things. But this isn't a robe, it's got a fancy word, I can't remember what it's called. And it's like got, well, I thought it was 101 Dalmatian fur, but it's not. It's like some weird like rat. It's I googled it. It's like a rat, meerkat, sort of squirrel-looking, fluffy little animal, and that's what that's made out of. And then she's wearing just like a white outfit, and he's got his purple and yellow shirt on, and then they've got the crowns on their head. Like, the crowns look so cool. Like, considering they're like a bajillion years old, it actually looks really good. So yeah, I like that. This video is already coming to a close. Isn't that awkward? What else is there to say? Oh, something that happened to me. Completely shocked. It wasn't that shocking. But I have like an iPod, because I'm still living in 1944, and I had like it plugged in to like the ear pods. Are they called ear pods? Ear pods or something else. Ear pods are those like things that don't have a wire. So just like headphones, but not on the head. They just go straight in your ears. You know, like the things everyone has. I can't think of the name. Just ear pods. You know, and it got really awkward. It started maybe a week ago, and like one of them wouldn't there was no noise in it. The only one had sound, and I kept wiggling the wire, and then it would like get all crackly, and I was like, I'm annoyed. Grr. And I assume it's because I've like pushed it in and out so many times, it's either affected the hole at the bottom of the iPod, or it's affected the actual like connection bit that you put into the phone or iPad or whatever, the iPod, to make the sound obviously go into the headphone. So I don't know. I mean, I've changed headphones, it seems somewhat better. I don't know, because I was using, because it's an iPod, it's Apple iPod, but I was using just random earphones, so I've changed it to my iPad earphones from, I think, my old phone. So they maybe seemingly work better. But I don't know, because I went on Amazon and I was like, how much do just Apple standard old-fashioned plug it into the phone headphones cost? And they're like kind of expensive. Like, it's like £10 for like a pair of like wired earbuds, and it's like, why would it cost £10? Maybe because it's Apple and they're like, don't technically, I guess, make them anymore. But like, I just thought that was a bit odd, so I was like, don't know about that. But they seem okay. I used them yesterday. It seemed to be fine. It's hard to tell. I find different types of earpods sound different, and I find that odd. That like the Apple ones sound slightly different to like just the random ones you'd buy in a shop for 5p. Not 5p, more like £5. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, this video is coming to a close, which is interesting. Because although the video itself is 30 minutes, I will cut a teeny tiny amount of that out for the sake of this video. Or for the sake of just it being a bit weird. So I will do that. And yeah, so I'll keep going for a few more minutes. I don't know what else there is to say, actually. I feel like I've said everything. Yeah. I had an exam the other day, but I finished it. It was a 3-day long exam. I hadn't had a 3-day long exam since I was doing my GCSEs, which was many years ago. On the first day it was a Monday, and it was from 9 a.m. to what time would it have been? 9 a.m. till I think it was like 4 o'clock. And then when I came out and I was leaving, it was so much drama because there was this one bus driver that was screaming at this random mum who was driving a car, and she like pulled into the car park and he was trying to pull into the car park, and then she got out of the car and started shouting at him. But then I ran away and went home. And then on the Friday when we did the second bit of the exam, it was from 9 a.m. to 2:30, and then on the third day it was 9 a.m. to 2:30 again. And yeah, I nearly died. It was a terrible 3-day exam. I would not recommend doing 3-day exams. Don't know how you can avoid it, because an exam is an exam, but I mean, there's worse exams, but like, yeah, low-key, like doing like a 2-hour English exam at school when you're like 16 versus doing a 3-day exam when you're older. Like, it's probably better to just do the 3-day exam, because you're not really doing anything, but it was just a lot. 3 days is a long time to just sit in the same chair and do the same thing for 3 whole days. But I did it because I'm brave, and it's over now. And yeah, it's like exam time of the year. In May, is that even a thing? Like, I don't even remember doing exams in year 11. I mean, I remember doing them, but I don't remember like the time period of it. I know midway through the exams in year 11 there was like a half-term break. And then, but I don't know when half-term is compared to now. Pretty sure half-term's in like June. So I don't know why I'm doing exams in May then, but anyway. 1 whole minute left. Let's see if we can go to 26 minutes just for the sake of me being bored and not knowing what to do. Another thing to talk about the coronation was how cool some of the background pictures were. Because I follow this guy called Chris Jackson on Instagram, and he took loads of interesting pictures from like behind the balcony, like behind where they were stood. And on Instagram there's loads of really good pictures of them like facing forwards, like on the balcony, with the like red arrows going over the top, and then like the picture from behind, so you've got the back of their heads with the crowns, and then that statue thing at the front with the red arrows going over the top, and it's really interesting, and I really think those were some very good pictures. And I remember at the time watching it on TV because you could see him in the background taking the pictures, and I was just like, that's iconic. That's actually iconic. It's just so iconic. I just couldn't. But yeah, low key iconic. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But yeah, it was all very good. We had some. Yeah, I was gonna say something. Doesn't matter. I'm trying to fill time. I guess it's already been 25 minutes, so I could stop and just edit the video down, which I probably will do. But I just don't want to leave space. I'd rather have longer audio and then like a longer video than one or the other, but I think it'll be alright. I don't think it matters. I'll be able to cut the video down if I need to anyway, because it's like it doesn't really matter, because it's like it's not a proper video, it's not like a let's play, no one's gonna like care if I cut out a chunk of the video, like no one's bothered, it's fine. And for like some bits of the video I'm literally just stood there like motionless playing because my dad was watching EastEnders and I was like, oh my god, what's happening in EastEnders? I'm so confused. Oh my god, is there a thunderstorm? Oh my god. It sounds like a thunderstorm. I don't know if you heard that. Oh my god. I mean, I know there's a thunderstorm coming, but like, wow. But anyway, yeah, I was just watching it and I was like, oh my god, what's happening in EastEnders? Why are these two people having an argument? Why is Kim locked herself in a car and having a heart attack? And why is that young boy trying to get her out of the car? Like, oh my god, I don't even watch EastEnders. I don't know what's going on. Like, but like everyone's crying and I don't understand why. And oh my god, and Denise has broken up with Jack and I don't understand because I wasn't even aware they were together and they've been together for years. No one ever bothered to tell me. But anyway, I'll end this video now. Thank you all for watching. And hopefully this actually makes it into the video, because if not, then that's awkward. But yeah, I'll go now. Thank you for watching, and I hope that this works well for future videos. If not, then you will never see this. So thank you. Goodbye.